All right, a quick update on this Monday evening. We're still tracking Debby. We're also looking at the potential for some severe weather a little bit further to the north of Debby as we head into Tuesday. So we're going to dive into all of that. But let's start with Debby right now, just causing a tremendous amount of problems across the southeast. Flooding, rains, tornadoes, where we're going to continue to see that. And check this out. This is what you do not want to see. And then we're going to dive into some of the data here. Tropical storm right now. This is the 8 p.m. Eastern update. Debby now. Maximum sustained winds, 45, but we've got this onshore flow here. Coastal flooding, certainly possible, and of course, strong winds, but now it's the rain. And that moisture is also going to impact areas further to the north. The problem is, this is if Debby moves out. We may still be looking at a tropical depression here in the east, and some of the models try to bring Debby back to the west. So here's the problem. The storm's not going to get picked up by this trough here to the north. So with that said, I'll just go ahead and tell you, these models have a hard time picking up on what now becomes a stationary tropical low. Tropical storm possible still here spinning off the coast of South Carolina on Tuesday into Wednesday. Does that mean it strengthens back? That's a concern, certainly. A couple of the models do try to strengthen it back and then bring it back up into South Carolina. And let me tell you, this could be some catastrophic rain, not only for parts of South Carolina and North Carolina. If this comes to pass, now you've got this upslope flow here into the Appalachians. So from North Carolina all the way up into West Virginia, even into Maryland now, we've got this easterly flow. So the southeast facing slopes may get some of that orographic lift here that could just squeeze out that deep tropical moisture, causing some big problems. This is a look at the GFS. I want to show you this too, because look, that was the European. The GFS also has the idea that Tuesday and Wednesday, we're looking at this thing going just offshore. The water is super warm. And then look, pulling back ashore. Now, the GFS wants to take this thing south of Macon back into parts of Alabama, or at least very close to the border here, and just kind of washing it out. Then it gets caught in the westerly flow by the weekend. Either way you slice it, there's going to be a lot of moisture here and also some severe weather. Potential for a few tornadoes, not just tonight, but into tomorrow too. And then we've got this area to watch as our front drops to the south. So there could be some strong storms into parts of Ohio, Pennsylvania, even into parts of New Jersey, southern New York, even parts of Connecticut. A few tornadoes possible. The strongest risk would be right in here, western PA into northern parts of Ohio. And of course, with our onshore flow here, with some of those bands, some of those feeder bands, could spin up a few isolated tornadoes. And of course, the flooding, that's the big thing. Here's your day 3 convective outlook as far as your severe weather goes. Watch out across the plains here from parts of Nebraska, north, also into Dakota and South Dakota. Let's time some of this out and break down the rain and show you kind of where things are. This would be heading into early Tuesday morning. There's that strong onshore flow here now from Myrtle Beach, so big time rains. Rainfall rates could be 1.5 inches up to 2.5 inches per hour. And some of these rainfall totals are just astronomical. Somebody's going to end up with more than 20 inches, close to 2 feet of rain if this happens. And that is going to be a big concern. Flash flood warnings, weather.gov is where you need to make sure you stay up to date. This could be life-threatening. Flooding kills more people with hurricanes and tropical systems than any other natural hazard when it comes to these storms. And especially a slow mover like this. Now you've got your tropical storm here or your low. Regardless of the strength, do not let that deceive you. You're going to get some big-time rains here wrapping around this. There's those feeder bands, again, coming into this low, so there could be some tornadoes with all of that wind shear, that change of wind direction with height, and there come your strong storms. I don't want to leave out north of the storm, too, with our front dropping out of the Great Lakes. So from Ohio, again, into parts of Pennsylvania, as far east as New Jersey. Watch out tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. Everybody's looking at Debby, yes, but we've also got these storms up here, too. This continues to spin and just cause havoc here across the southeast. Showers now moving into the northeast, not really associated with Debby. Trying to get some moisture, though. Tropical moisture pulling in off the Atlantic now. And that rain threat, at least on the NAM, trying to spread a little further to the north. The NAM wants to push this storm right up into the Piedmont of North Carolina. I kind of like that look. The National Hurricane Center also kind of going with that idea too, bringing the depression here by sometime, say, Thursday into Friday. But I showed you the model guidance. It's kind of all over the place. So you could see multiple scenarios playing out. Again, the problem is going to be the rain. There's no if, and, or buts about this. Some of these areas will see better than 10 inches of rain, especially here across the low country of South Carolina, down into Georgia. Some of that heavy rain. Again, I think you got to watch the mountains here, the Blue Ridge Mountains from western North Carolina up into Virginia, those southeast-facing slopes, especially if we get a little bit further north track. So keep track of it this week and watch where things go. And then again, across the southeast, that would be the heaviest rain right here into parts of South Carolina. Closer look at some of these numbers. These are touch numbers from the Weather Prediction Center, meaning that this isn't model data. Close to 2 feet of rain here near Charleston, South Carolina, on top of maybe what's already fallen. Up into the parts of the Piedmont of North Carolina, better than 10 inches, flash flooding likely. This is going to be devastating flooding here for the low country, up to the Grand Strand, inland too. We're talking about Conway, all the way back to maybe as far west as Columbia, north up toward Darlington. You get up towards Rockingham into North Carolina. Now you got Greensboro, Winston-Salem here, Charlotte, several inches of rain likely too. The Appalachians look to be the extent of the western movement. Now, of course, again, this thing is meandering, so that will be something we definitely will want to watch. Across the Midwest, also across the northern plains, this is the system that's dropping south as we head through the evening hours and into early Tuesday morning. A few showers here, skipping through the Great Lakes as we head into the afternoon. There could be a few storms trying to fire up here across parts of Wyoming and Montana, back along the Front Range here into the Rockies, into the Four Corners states. That monsoon flow going here too, so more showers into the afternoon, some high base thunderstorms possible, and some downpours too as that monsoon flow again continues. Rain cooled here, tropical though, right? Dew points way into the 70s, so it's not going to be feeling very cool, but still, either way, temperatures held back into the 80s with all the clouds. But look, we break out of the clouds, we're into the triple digits here across Mississippi, Louisiana, as far north as I think close to Little Rock. And then here's that shot of cooler air to the north with 70s dropping in from Canada. There's your cool air moving in. You can see it. We've got, though, the triple digits still hanging on here across Texas and Oklahoma with highs 105, 107, close to 110 in some spots. Just absolutely baking from Kansas, far eastern Colorado, down into Oklahoma. Blistering hot here and soupy hot too, especially across the Gulf Coast. So a lot going on. Again, pay attention to the weather over the next couple of days. Again, heavy rain threat. That's the big story. Of course, some winds too. And we'll have to watch as Debby moves offshore. Do we see any strengthening? That is the key to watch over the next 24 hours. Either way, big rain's on the way. Weather.gov is where you get the latest warnings for your area. Make sure you stay updated. Stay on top of it, guys, okay? And check on your neighbors. Thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. If you come back, I love this type of stuff, at least the forecasting. I do not like devastating hurricanes. Do not take that the wrong way. But I do like forecasting, and I love winter forecasting. There's always a challenge in that. So if you think you'd like that, come back and see me. I'm a former TV chief meteorologist. I love to do forecast updates and keep an eye on things. So thanks to all of you who have subscribed. I do appreciate it. I'll see you next time right here.